Hey guys and gals, many of you have probably heard about Project Veritas. It recently released a disturbing video of CNN admitting that they have an anti-white bias and they only push stories that make white people look bad, while hiding all other stories that make groups like BLM look bad. And now, Twitter has banned James OKeefe and Project Veritas under false claims because he exposed CNN. Folks, this is the smoking gun. This is confirmation that the media in America has a bias against white people. As a minority, I find it very disturbing that the mainstream media is throwing people under the bus because of the color of their skin. I would go on to say that CNN is discriminating, and honestly, I think CNN is racist. Now we're going to talk about that, folks, and more. I'm going to talk about the lawsuit that James OKeefe is putting in because he is suing Twitter. And this is interesting because guess what? James OKeefe and Project Veritas have never lost a lawsuit. Hello everyone, this is Mr. Obvious, and today we're going to talk about CNN. So this is how it works. When James OKeefe and Project Veritas exposed CNN for their bias in news reporting, in that they focus on stories that make white people look bad while ignoring stories that would hurt woke identity politics like BLM. And I've talked about this before. So often you see the media focus on race when the criminal in question is a white person. They'll say white man steals a car, or white man mugs this group, or whatever, like X minority. However, when it's the other way around, they ignore the story, they do not mention race. They are finally admitting that they do this. Here on Twitter with Andy No. After the latest round of hidden camera videos embarrassing to CNN were released, at James OKeefe III, at Project Veritas account was also recently banned. This is how big tech works, with liberal corporate media to take down Challenger. Now this tweet currently has 17,000 likes and 7,000 retweets. Yeah, big news folks. This is pretty much how it works. So James OKeefe recently released the following statement on Telegram. He says, "I am suing Twitter for defamation because they said I, James OKeefe, operated fake accounts. This is false. This is defamatory and they will pay. Section 230 may have protected them before, but it will not protect them from me." That's badass.
None of you seem to understand. I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me.
The complaint will be filed on Monday. Please follow me on Telegram. Now I've joined James OKeefe Telegram group, and it's all here, folks. They posted the message here, the email from Twitter, and yeah, Twitter is very, very full of it. They literally just ban anybody who goes against their left-wing narrative and their left-wing agenda. Here it says, to James OKeefe, "Your account has been permanently suspended for violating Twitter rules. For being a right-winger, for telling the truth, exposing CNN, because I don't like you." Fake accounts. You may not register or create fake and misleading accounts, or use multiple accounts to manipulate Twitter conversations. While you may use Twitter pseudo-anonymously, or as a parody, commentary, or fan account, you may not use misleading account information in order to engage in spamming, abusive, or disruptive behavior, including attempts to manipulate conversations on Twitter. This account will not be reinstated. What a joke, Twitter. You're such a joke. Just admit it. Just admit that CNN went to you crying. "Oh, Twitter, Project Veritas exposed me as fake news. Please ban them." Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Those sniveling little snots at CNN went over to Twitter and were like, "Please ban James OKeefe. He's mean." And then they banned him because they're cowards. These left-wingers are cowards. Big tech is cowardly. This is what they have to do. There's an old post on 4chan that talks about how left-wing ideas can only exist with censorship and moderation. Because anytime you have a platform that promotes freedom of speech, freedom of expression, opinions, and for people to have debates, then the best ideas win. And it just so happens that the best ideas never seem to be left-wing. Now here's the amazing part. James OKeefe is going to sue Twitter, and he's probably going to win. Many people don't know this, but James OKeefe and Project Veritas are the subject of so many attacks by the mainstream. And guess what? They've won every single lawsuit they ever participated in. Here on Fox News, Twitter accused of protecting CNN after tech giant bans James OKeefe. The They're all on the same team. So he's going to file a defamation lawsuit, and I believe he will win. It's really shocking what they show in the footage. You literally have a CNN employee saying, "We push propaganda, we ignore stories that make minorities look bad, and we focus on stories that slander, shame, and attack anybody who's white." I don't know about you folks, but living in 2021, in the modern era where we're all supposed to have equal rights, I think that is utterly atrocious. CNN, you need to stop being the horrible, fake, disgusting, despicable, divisive, and misleading propaganda and fake news that you really are. But that, my friends, is merely the obvious. Well, that's all for now, folks. Thought I would tell you about this. It's a very important developing story. I look forward to the lawsuit. I hope he wins. Let me know what you think about this story. What did you think about the video that exposed that CNN employee? Anyways, support this channel and the work I do by joining me on Patreon or Subscribestar. Joining will get you access to a private Discord server called Fight Club. The first rule of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club. Anyhow, thanks for watching. This has been Mr. Obvious, and I'll see you all next time.